All right. Well, I guess it'll archive, but maybe I'll delete this archive. So maybe this bit is for nobody. But I just bought this new microphone. I've got it plugged into the phone, and I want to just make sure that our live streams will have better audio moving forward because I know it's been an issue for us in the past. And yeah, I figured once a few people log into this live stream, I'll be able to, get some feedback from y'all. Oh, maybe I'll turn it so that. Ooh, see, was the audio super bad when I did that? Was that rough? I don't know. I don't know. It should be just my mic that's being picked up. So just the rustling and the jostling. And I'm working on an enclosure for our Captain Vern and his boat Wings of Night. He's going forest green on everything. All right. Do we have a viewer? I think we got one viewer. Hey, one viewer, do you think you could just tell me how my mics sound? I'm just doing a little test on the quality of these new wireless mics. I want to make sure that they're picking up what they should be picking up and not picking up anything else. So can you hear the sewing machine? Can you hear the humming of the lights? Because they're making noise. Hopefully you can't pick up that. The big question is, my neighbor just got here, and we'll see if you could pick up his dust collection system or his power planer or table saw or whatever he decides to run next door, because that is always a bit of an interruption on our live streams. That's all I'm getting. It's just A class. All right, well, the audio is good, so that's a good start. You know, I've got some other microphones that I use to do voiceovers in my videos, and I'm thinking of selling them off because if this can do a good enough quality, then I don't really need like a big Sennheiser setup, so I can sell those and one less thing, you know. So kind of so I'm really curious as to the overall quality, because like the other thing I can do is plug these in to my Sennheiser mics and get, that extra level of isolation. There's also windsocks for these, which works pretty good. Oh yeah, there we go. We just got a massive order in this morning of materials for perihelion and Old Dog and TC and Dagon. So just did a massive order. Spent a bunch of money I don't have. Thank you, credit card. Okay, let's see. Oh, we got some viewers here. So I want to see comments. Where are my comments at? Nope, didn't want to do that. The audio could be a little bit louder. Oh, louder. Sewing machine. Okay, so the sewing machine you can definitely hear. Yeah, see, it's not isolating quite as well as I'd like. It's still a little low. That's interesting. So I'm watching the levels on this. I wonder if I can just turn it up. Does that turn brightness up? Does that turn just beep boop bop bop ba-doo, touching everything? Turn the volume up. +2. Oh, there you go. +3, +4, +5. All right, what do you think now? So I'm sitting here, I'm talking in a normal speaking voice. Is the audio better? Oh my goodness. Okay, so somebody here, Rusty Shackleford, is asking me 60-foot catamaran pontoon float home. If you've got a 60-footer, I would say those 60-pound anchors are probably not enough. 60-pound anchors are good day anchors for a boat that size, but I have to say if you're going to put it down and leave them stayed down, your biggest hurdles are going to be dealing with the locals, and one great way to make sure that the locals like you is if your boat is secure and not drifting around. So I would say get a 110-pound anchor, 120-pound anchor. Get something that can set once and never move. and put enough chain on it that it's really solid. And yeah, you're going to be an uphill battle, man. When I first got here, it was a solid year of being pretty ostracized. Islanders, Gulf Islanders, are kind of they don't take well to outsiders as on a whole, and you know, and it's getting real gentrified up in here, so they don't take well to people who are not buying $2 million waterfront homes. Actually, they don't take well to those guys either. They just don't take well to outsiders of any kind. So you're gonna have an uphill battle. It takes a while to ingratiate yourself. You gotta put a smile on and interact with your neighbors and smile and wave and go to public events and introduce yourself. That's gonna be the biggest struggle. A lot of folks don't get that. You know, they feel like they're entitled to space, and they are, but doesn't mean you're gonna get it. People are gonna give you a hard time, and yeah, whatever you can do to make that whole process a lot smoother will make your life a lot easier. All right, what else? So how's the audio now? Is it louder? Okay, the sewing machine. Yeah, so so Perry's telling me that the sewing machine you can hear. Oh, somebody wants to see honey. Sewing machine. Yeah, so that makes sense. The sewing machine was only about whatever that is, 12 inches away from the microphone. So it makes sense that that was loud. I won't be obviously sewing most of the time. All right, you want a honey cameo? Where is she? Come here, honey. Oh, there you are. Come on, over here. People want to see you. You're gonna dance for them. Come on, up, 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 up. There you go. There's a honey cameo. Oh, there's a good girl. Who's such a good girl? Oh, geez. Look at you. Can you make it all the way up here? Or are you too old? Can you come up, up? Up, up? Oh. There we go. There you are. Here's your honey cameo. And we're going to put some nice honey hair all over Vern's project. That's important. You know, he likes that. He likes the honey hair. Oh, such a good girl. Such a good girl. All right, what else we got here? Honey, can you read these comments for me? Oh, now it's too loud. Okay. Do the people agree? Is it too loud? Oof. Oof, that's my face you're licking. Can I get some consensus on this? Are other people saying it's too loud, or is it just loud enough? Because I've got it on. I've set to +4 right now. +5, sorry. Okay. You want to come down? Oh, you're a good girl. Go lay down. Yeah, check this out. We got our order for the next little bit of work. Look at that. I got some good deals on epoxy, so I bought a lot of it. So that should be everything we need to finish Perihelion and Old Dog, I hope. Yeah, fantastic, eh? Look at all that epoxy. We got 2 gallons of the hardener too. Oh, wait. And we got loads of wiring, so we'll be doing electrical coming up soon. All right, let's see. Okay, so the consensus for everybody else, sorry, Perry. The consensus for everyone else is that the audio is on point now at +5. So Rusty's got some questions about, let's see, he has 2 kilowatts of solar panels, and I hope that's enough to float home to power a fridge and 7 cubic foot freezer with 500 amp hours of life before. Well, you've certainly got enough battery. That's good. 500 amp hours is a nice spot to be in. You will have no problem powering all of that in the summertime. But come winter, I find that you know, in the dead of winter around here, I make 1/10 the amount of solar power that I do in the summertime. It's this limited length of the day, limited sunlight, but also the angle of the sunlight, of course. So, and the fact that it's cloudy and rainy a lot. Yeah, so if you're making, you say you have 2,000 watts of solar on the roof, say you're making like 1,800 of those watts in actual practice regularly, then you might only be making 180 watts. Now 180 watts throughout the day is like not going to keep up for like the 5 hours of good sunlight or 6 hours of really full on sunlight you're going to get. You know, it's probably not going to keep up with fridge and freezer for the full 24-hour cycle. So you're going to probably have to run a generator from time to time in the winter, but at least you have a nice big battery bank. And so when you do run a generator, if you've got a nice fast charger, then you'll only have to run a generator for a little bit, and that'll make your time running it less. And also be careful about when you're running the generator too, right? You've got neighbors, you've got people around you. They don't, generally speaking, they don't take kindly to being run throughout the night. I find most folks like to run their generators right at dinner time, you know, or just after dinner time. It's kind of the sweet spot. It's kind of an unspoken rule. Whoa, I just got a Paige. Thank you so much, Paige. Super like. Is that a super like? Is that what those are called? I'm unfamiliar. But it's bright and it's pink. Thank you so much, Paige. It's very sweet of you. It'll go towards paying off all the epoxy I just bought. Yeah, I got a good deal on it though. I've got a business here locally that set me up, and yeah, it's nice to have connections and friends. Like I'm telling Rusty Shackles here, it's all about community. You gotta look out for your neighbors, and they look out for you. And yeah, that means smiling and grating your teeth through some of the things that some people say sometimes. It's been a hard lesson for me to learn, dealing with, you know, I came out here maybe more libertarian than I am now, that's for sure. I learned that it's a lot more about community, a lot more about making it work with your neighbors, and a lot more about stitching too long of a piece and having the vinyl come out on the wrong side. Oopsie daisy. Oh, geez. You know, this is gonna look so good though. I'm gonna go fit this afternoon. I have my lunch and then go over there and fit it up. And yeah, it should be good. So can you hear my neighbors at all? Like, I think hopefully it should drown that out. Like, he's not, I think he's got a ventilation system going right now and he's banging around a bit, but if you guys can't hear that, then that's ideal for me. Where's the comments? Is it this? No, I clicked that before. I did that. Live chat. There we go. No neighbor noise. There we go. Yeah, old dog is pretty close, honestly. It's been, you know, set back by having to fly home and all that, but you know, I've been kind of tallying up the projects that are yet to do. I was out on her, you know, installing and filming some videos yesterday. Day before yesterday? Yeah, day before yesterday. And I was realizing, it's like, oh, I'm only like five big steps away. Like, it's not that much to do yet. So that's kind of cool. I'm excited for her to get moving. I mean, we've got everything we need. All I need now is just enough time and money to finish the work, and that's it. So there's a lot of work that needs to get done this summer, and I'm kind of trying to focus on that before it's too late, before my summer disappears on me. I'd like to motor around a little bit this summer. It'd be nice. Man, these nippers are good. Look at that. You don't get nippers, you can just slide through vinyl like that. You know, these were like $11 from my supplier, the Weiss nippers. I've bought so many other ones over the years, and I used to have a really nice pair of stainless ones I love that were all good, but they didn't even work this good. So, and they were, I think, 40 bucks. So $11, not bad. I'll be using those from now on. Maybe I'll put a few more in my next order. All right, let's do this real quick. Let's see, where are we? I'll turn this again so you guys can hear my clickety clackety clack sewing machine. Old Faithful, the Ugga Dugga. Boy, is she good. So, just put this up here. That's the thing, eh? I gotta like match it with fabric I can't really see. Okay, right there is the sweet spot. My God. You know, it's funny the things you get used to. I'm like sewing 4 layers together right now, and I used to really struggle with that. And it's just normal for me now, after 2 years of running this. It's kind of like, oh yeah, that's the thing I do. No wrinkles, 4 layers. Let's go. No wrinkles, no wrinkles. That is it, look at that. Bang, 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 in she goes. I wish my other sewing machines were as reliable as this thing, man. This thing is significantly older than I am. This is a Pfaff 545 sewing machine. Walking foot, straight stitch with high lift and reversing. A 10mm stitch length. I think this one's 10mm. I can't remember. What does it say? Oh, 8mm. 8mm, sorry. My bad. Just so reliable, you know? It's hard to... Just pull that back. Hard to get something quite so reliable as this. You know, I've had no fun with my Consew, and I've had middling kind of ups and downs with the Sailrite. I mean, I expected to have ups and downs with the Sailrite. The Sailrite's not a professional machine. You know, can't expect it to do everything a professional machine does. Consew is a professional machine, so I don't know what its excuse is. It just doesn't like me. But I was looking at getting another machine, and I just thought, well, why? Like, I'm not really interested in doing sales anymore. I can just focus on this. All right. Let's see what we got for comments here. Oh, I gotta go to live chat again. All right. Here we go. Sorry. I've got nobody here to read comments for me, so. How is your business going, Perry asks. The business is going pretty good. You know, it's had its ups and downs, the learning curve, obviously. I'm kind of figuring out, I gotta specialize, really get down to brass tacks about what I'm doing here. You know, if I'm trying to do everything like some of these small businesses on these islands are always doing, it's like you get caught up doing all kinds of odd jobs for all kinds of folks. And I don't know that that's me. So instead, I've been just kind of focusing on doing a few things very well and getting better and better at those things. And then I can, you know, make enough money to, it's not like I need a lot of money, you know what I mean? I'm like a pretty simple person, and it's all about simplification, minimalism. I'm really into that. I don't need huge income. I just, you know, I have a lot of friends here on the island that I've met through the food bank and met through other things here on the island. I kind of realize like there is a certain like base level I'd like to hit before I turn 65, you know. And it's just like I want basically as much comfort as my mom had towards the end of her life. Like she could travel a bit, she was close to her family, she could pay for her apartment, and she had a, you know, not a nice car, but like a very basic little car that ran well. And like it just allowed her to do what she wanted. And that's kind of my goal. Like I'm not looking to make a massive Fortune 500 company or something. I'm just looking for a little slice of stability, financial stability. Lifestyle-wise, though, I'm not so much into the stability thing, but just a little slice of it for the future. Okay, I think that's, oh no, I gotta mark my 12-inch line. But yeah, that's it. That's the goal for the business. It's not, I've been trying to kind of pare it down to, to what I actually need out of it, because, you know, these things can get out of hand and you work day after day and it kind of gets away from you as to what you're actually doing it for. So I've been careful to define my business goals with this and my financial goals, and also just enjoying it, right? Like this is part of this business I really like, is that I like doing this. This is a lot of fun and it's calming and relaxing. I usually have like some good music going or maybe a YouTube video going, and I can sit here and do something that I'm good at and take pleasure in. And that's really nice. I like that a lot. Okay, let's get back to the machine. Let's see if we got chats. I learned to sew my mom's 1934 Singer. Simple, sturdy, reliable machine. Still in my closet. There's so many Singers out there. I have a Singer. The Singer I have is a cammed triple stitch machine for. It has actually like also a drive line feeder that it used to do spinnaker sails, and I kind of feel like I should get rid of it because I've only used it like twice, but it's kind of a unique machine. It's very unique. Oh, what I need to do is figure out a way for my torso to be diagonal, because I keep having to wrap myself around my project to get it through the. There we go, look at that. I switched over to all PTFE thread now. On one hand, PTFE are those forever plastics that aren't so hot for the environment. But the way I look at it, the polyester thread that was going bad every 10 years and flaking off into the ocean and microplastics weren't any better, because they were ending up in the ocean all the time too. So at least with this stuff, it'll last long enough. You know, right now they're like, it's lifetime warranty, right? So they're just kind of like, oh, well, it'll just last as long as the canvas job. And for me, that's good news, because that means that it can be disposed of properly instead of flaking off and falling into the ocean like the old thread was doing. This new PTFE thread will stay on the project, and then when the project's canvas finally dies after 20 years, it can be recycled or just at least disposed of in such a way that it doesn't end up in the ocean. There we go. We hem the bottom of the skirt. Looks good. I'm going to roll that up, and I think that is the end of the sewing for this morning, and then I got to go out this afternoon and do some dry fitting. Then I can finish more of this and cut some of these other hems. All right, let's see what else we got in the chat. Oh, advise, specialize, like you're thinking. I've owned an orthopedic lab for 30 years and we specialize in the detail, quality control, 100% price right. Yeah, so specializing, I feel like, is, if you're general, then there's lots of other people who are general, and it's hard to make a living wage being a general laborer, you know? So it shouldn't be. Laborers got to live too. But that being said, yeah, I'm going to be specializing in more and more. I've got some ideas that I hopefully will integrate well with my YouTube. We'll see. And when I'm ready to tell you guys about those, and when I've got something to show for it, I'll bring it up. Yeah. Now, I saw another comment here. Armani wants to know if there's any road trips coming up. Oh, and Jack Walsh is in the comments, of course. Hi, Jack. How's it going? Me seeing the old van life journeys. Yeah, I definitely want to get out. I've got a motorcycle trip I'd like to do this summer. And then my best friend is rolling into town, and we're going to do a van life trip together in my little minivan. So he's coming in August. So expect to see those towards the end of August. There'll be some short van life stint. Should be fun. And it's Mark. So Mark has traveled with me in the past. You guys have seen him on my channel before. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then I've got to fly back to Ontario for a wedding. And then after that, my sister's coming out here. And so hopefully she will be here for a while. And we'll get to include her in a bunch of sailing and perihelion work and old dog work. And hopefully by then actually be motoring old dog around a bit and starting to do some of the sea trials with her. So that'll be fun. And it's nice to have my sister have my back. Anyway, I've got my sewing done for now, and I'm going to go and grab some lunch. But thank you all for stopping in and helping me figure out my microphone for. Last question. The Lazy Fish Keeper wants to know, what's the progress on the catamaran? Been a while since I checked in. The progress has been a little bit forward, a little bit backward. I've been gone for months, taking care of my mom. And because of that, I had to abandon some projects halfway into them, and they rotted on me. So I've got some demo to do, and I've got now new epoxy that just came in today, and we'll be glassing up and fixing the front of the boat. I think will be one of the next big projects. But I've got some videos coming out about, I got a fun like dishwasher for my boat. I got a couple of like creature comforts kind of things sorted out. Stuff I'd put off for a long time, but I was just like, you know what, I'm living here. Like I need to make this nice for myself instead of suffering. So yeah, there was a couple little creature comfort things, and then I've also been working on the electric motors, so I've already got that video kind of almost done. But yeah, we'll have steerage soon, motor soon, the front done soon, a trampoline for the front, and then we're finishing mounting the masts, and then it's just sails, and the boat is moving. Oh, and there's this project I started ages ago that I haven't finished called for the gunnels, which would be kind of a tiki style gunnel, which would be really pretty, really make the boat look fantastic. So that's kind of like the last steps I've got to do. So as you can tell, it's not very much to do. And then I can get bogged down in all the little tiny details, but I hope to get most of that done before the rain really starts. So maybe even all of it. If I do this business right and I'm not working 14 hours a day, then you know, I think I should be able to make that work. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and yeah, we'll see you. I'll have another episode out for you next weekend. Cheers.